this is part 3 of the making of my single, Love You More Than I Do. This is all about the music production. Stream it everywhere, it should be available everywhere. Let's go. So in honesty, the drums and the vocals don't have a lot of crazy stuff going on. So let's just jump straight to the piano, which is actually 3 separate layers. I have the stock Ableton piano, I have another free piano, panned hard left, hard right. There's a compressor on it, so the volume is pretty even. And then in the center, I have a Rhodes. I don't have a way to record actual piano or Rhodes, so it has to be digital. Everything I have to do has to be digital because I don't have a way to record a lot of it. But that's how we get that whole piano sound. It's really big, really wide, really pretty. Just helps fill out the space. The song as a whole, I guess composing-wise more so than production, is progressive layering. So we start with just the piano. This is the drum layer up here. This is all the drums. Again, nothing too fancy, but there's nothing playing here until we get to this point. When we get here, the bass comes in, which only really interesting thing I have done on the bass here is I have, is it? This. I have this thing I set up, it's a frequency splitter. Hopefully if I set this up right, there's no phase issues. I don't believe there is. I have put a saturator and a compressor on the low end, like all the very low stuff in the bass. So you get a very nice, consistent, warm, and heavy low end, which just fills up the space super well. So yeah, we go with just the piano. We introduce the bass with the vocals. Then we add drums in the chorus. Let that ride out. In the second chorus, we add this guitar, which gets doubled up with a synth for like the little break solo section. And then in the end, the final chorus and the outro, we introduce this synth, which is the other kind of big production piece. You'll notice that the notes play only every other beat, every other 8th note, I should say, that's more accurate. If I go to the other one, it's offset, and then I have them panned hard left, hard right, so that's how you get one in one ear, one in the other. And I'm going to be addicted to this effect, so I'm going to always take advice like this with a grain of salt, but this is a very cool sounding thing. It plays with space in a really cool way. Again, it's just get like an arpeggio or whatever you want, break it into 2 parts so it plays every other note, and then just hard pan them. So you get that like boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo in both ears. It's really satisfying. But really, other than that, like, you know, when the part comes in, it plays its part. Anything interesting with the guitar tone? Not really. We just have an amp sim and a chorus on it. So yeah, a very typical tone. If there's one tip I would give, music production is already kind of a vague term, but just because you can produce something doesn't mean you should. If things just sound good the way they are and they're not complicated, then don't make them complicated because they already sound good. To me, I didn't need to do a whole heck of a lot to, you know, make something cool or interesting. It just sounded good when all the pieces came together. I just gave myself some simple stuff, but that's all it needed. And if it doesn't need more, then it's done. Thank you for all the love on Love You More Than I Do. It's available everywhere. Thank you.